What's going on YouTube? Once again, it's Nostalgia Boy, and I'm back with another video. But today's video is not going to be jerseys out of my collection. For a while now, I have been speaking on making a video helping people, to be able to discern the difference between fake and real Mitchell and Ness baseball jerseys. I also said I'm going to do a video on basketball. I'm still trying to compile some more basketball jerseys so that I have all, the right information to give you. I'm not even gonna lie, in today's video I do have picture references because I had some of the jerseys that I need, but I don't have them anymore, so I have picture references to help you learn the difference between fake and legit Mitchell and Ness jerseys. I know it can be hard because Mitchell and Ness has produced baseball jerseys since the late 80s. So they had different jock tags, different neck tags, all types of stuff. So in this video, I hope I give you enough information so that you could learn to tell the difference. I'm in 3 groups on Facebook. Jersey Exchange, I'm an admin, moderator in that group. Fellow friend, Jersey Head, Albert, aka Throwback King. He has Kings of Throwbacks. And then another good friend, Mark, aka Big Slim. He runs Jersey Kicks and Lids, and that would be JerzeyKixNLidz. Just so you know, because when I was looking for it at one point, I didn't know it was spelled that way. And had a problem looking for it, but then I was able to get into the group. So, like anything that's popular, there's going to be bootlegs of. And, one thing I'll say and right now is always remember, Google is your friend. If you're looking for a certain jersey, type in the year, the player, and Mitchell Ness. This video is just strictly Mitchell Ness. I just want people to know that. I don't have nothing against no other retail authentic brand or people that were the provider for, major leagues at the time, but this is all Mitchell Ness. So, you can, even if you don't know the year, you can still type in the player's name, Mitchell Ness, and then scroll through pictures. And that's how I was able to gain a lot of information by using Google, going straight to images, and putting in a player, or putting in, even if it's not a player, like a certain prime example. It's a jersey that I'm going to show pretty soon, but I've already shown the video, but like Brooklyn Dodgers satin jersey, Mitchell Ness, and then it'll pop up and you'll see the different ones that they have and stuff like that. So Google is your friend when you're trying to ultimately, in the groups, it's the last place I want to ask people for a legit check. I do ask some other people, I'm friends with, but for the most part, at this point in time, I don't need anybody to tell me if a jersey is legit or not. I'm like 100% accurate when it comes to knowing if it's fake or not. So let's start off. Let me get this going. So Mitchell and Ness started producing jerseys in the late 80s. So when they first started off, they would have the neck tag like this. Of course, as you can see, it doesn't say no Made in USA. It has the little Made in USA tag on the side. And then on the jerseys, it would be on the back side of the jersey, on the bottom, you would have your size tag. So here you go. You have your size tag. It's size large. So it would run like this until the 90s. So late 80s, early 90s, you would have jerseys produced that would have this neck tag, Made in USA, on the side, and then you'd have the size tag down at the bottom. The other thing is, this jersey does not have a jock tag. So, probably production error, which is fine. It happens. But the first Mitchell and Ness baseball jock tag would be this. I asked Peter Capolino himself, and he said this is the first jock tag that they used on a baseball jersey. So you would have this, of course, and it would be down here, you know, on the jersey. Let me see if I can hold it better. There we go. And you would have it down here on the jersey. At this point in time, there would be no year on the jersey. So at first he was doing like wool flannel jerseys, stuff like that, but he wouldn't have no year. So like that would be the mid to late 1940s run jersey. So when you purchased it, see if I can find it here in the drawer. I might be SOL because I didn't have it out and I probably put it away again. But you know, I would have the year on the purchase, like when you were buying the jersey. So we'll say like 1947 satin Brooklyn Dodgers jersey. So you would have that jock tag, that blue one, and then you would have the Mitchell and Ness tag up in the neck, made in USA on the side, and you would have the size tag on the bottom. So that would be like your first stuff that Peter would be making. Now I will say, all wool flannel jerseys that Mitchell and Ness has made from the beginning of their existence in making nostalgia wear, making jerseys, have always been made in USA. So when he first started Mitchell and Ness, the wool flannels were done in the United States. He has two places currently where he has his wool flannel jerseys being done. One of them is out in Oregon, and they've been using that place since they started. And there's another one. I think they use a place in Chicago. Not sure, but I know they have two locations to do their wool flannels now. So it doesn't matter through the eras, through the change of the jock tags, through the change of the neck tags. They have always been made in the USA. So next up, we have, so this would be the next production run of Mitchell and Ness jerseys. So this would be the second jock tag that Mitchell and Ness would use on their baseball jerseys. And by the time they were using this jock tag, they had also started to make all the other baseball jerseys. So like all your poly knits, your pullovers, your button ups, your zip ups. Like prime example, stuff from the 70s, like pullover 75, Cleveland Indians, Frank Robinson. Or, you know, you would have your Phillies, you know, the maroon and powder blue. They would be zip ups in the 70s. So they also started producing those jerseys. But at that current time, they did not have the rights to the players' names. So they were producing jerseys, but they would not have no players' names on the back of the jersey, even if they wore a name on the back of the jersey. So, as you can see, I showed you the second jock tag. And then as you also see, now it says Mitchell and Ness, made in USA. So, after this point, as long as it was made in USA, you would always see it like that on the neck. Made in USA, made in USA, made in USA. Even when it comes to the flannels. The wool flannels that are currently being sold from the Mitchell & Ness website, any retailer that they have selling their stuff, or at the store, is still going to have this neck tag, but instead of saying large, it's going to say 44, 48. You know, and I have the X, XL, L, you know, I have it in parentheses. So the wool flannels still have the neck tag up like this. But the only thing is, it's not going to have L for the size. It's going to have the number and then have what the number size would be. So, you know, of course, this is a wool flannel. And, you know, they, like I said, they started making a poly knit. So here goes where I mentioned talking about having picture references for stuff. So here goes my first picture, my other picture reference. This will be your 1975 Cleveland Indians Frank Robinson jersey. As you can see, it has that same jock tag that I showed you. And then you see how you have the year tag under it. You know, all the jerseys that were produced, polyknit, you know, whatever the case may be, nylon, polyknit, whatever they did outside of the wool, would have the year tag. With this jock tag would always be on the bottom, and you would have the numbers. So like it's 1975, so 1, 9, and 7. You'll have a connecting thread, but between those 3 numbers. And then, of course, I know it's going to be a little bit blurry, but there goes the neck tag. It would say Made in USA. You see it says Mitchell & Ness, and then it's like a little folding size tag that would be on the neck. So as Mitchell & Ness continued to make jerseys in the U.S., they had different places where they had them. Some of them would still continue to have a size tag coming down on the bottom of the neck, and then they would also have a size tag on the side of the neck tag as well. So this would be their first production runs for their poly knit jerseys, their nylon jerseys, whatever the case may be when it comes to these jerseys that are non-wool, non-flannel. So, and then, you know, they would change the jock tag once again, but this jock tag would stay for a while, as they did other jerseys. So, here we have 1979 alternate Pittsburgh Pirates Willie Stargell jersey. As you can see, you're going to have the neck tag, Made in USA. They still kind of have the hanging tag, size large. But this would be the jock tag that they would run with for a while. So this gray jock tag that you see. So USA, even though they had some jerseys made in Mexico, El Salvador, Korea, would all have this jock tag until you have the current, what you see now. But also, as you see, there goes 1979, and see how you, from the 1 to the 9 and 9 to the 7, you have the connecting thread going through the numbers. So this would kind of be the end of, you know, this neck tag. And then they would also stop doing like the connecting thread with, you know, the numbers. I know some people think, oh, it's fake because it has a connecting thread through the numbers and stuff like that. And at one point, Mitchell & Ness did do that. Of course, like I told you, Mitchell & Ness did not have the rights to the name, so there is no name on back. It wasn't until the early 2000s that Mitchell & Ness would get the rights to the players' names. So here goes another Mitchell & Ness. This is a Made in USA. Of course, like I told you, you see the gray jock tag, and then you have the felt year tag. They would also make another year tag that was kind of hard. It wasn't felt, but it was like, you know, more durable, like harder material. And you see they still have Made in USA. And I know it's blurry, but it says 44. It's a size 44. They also would make some of these. Same thing with this neck tag. And it would say L, XXL, XL, triple XL. So they still were going through the motions of putting the number and size. So some produced them with the number, and some produce them with just telling you the size outright, large, extra large, double X. So turn it around, and of course you have Schmidt is on this jersey on a nameplate. So there is Mitchell & Ness jerseys out there. Prime example, the Robinson I showed you, the Frank Robinson Indians, they made a Dennis Eckersley Made in USA, and then on the back you have Eckersley on the back of the jersey, where Frank Robinson, you do not. So, once they got the rights to name the players and stuff like that, they would start putting them on the jerseys that had them. We also have another jersey. A lot of times Mitchell and Ness would do collaborations with Upper Deck, and they would make jerseys and release them. And the jerseys would have, in baseball, they would sometimes have unique jock tags that wouldn't be normal. So here goes one of them. This is a 1976 Thurman Munson New York Yankees jersey. And as you can see, you still have the same gray jock tag, but on the bottom you have this blue year tag, and you have 1976 in white. So they had this. I also know the year that he tragically passed away, they did like a Chris Chambliss and a couple other players, and they have the black band for more for to recognize him for the Yankees. But they all have this little year tag under it in a funky color. So there's the Cleveland Indians out there. I think it's a Gaylord Perry. Who else? I have to rack my brain. The 81 Cincinnati Reds St. Pat's Day jersey. The first ones that they have actually come with a green jock tag, and then it has red stitching for the letters in the jock tag. Eventually you'll see they also had another one, and they had that on the St. Pat's jersey. You will also see Mitchell and Ness jerseys that just say, they'll have this tag and they'll have St. Pat's on the side of the jersey. And also Mitchell and Ness, this was another style year patch that they did while doing Made in USA. They had this nice clean border. This is where I was telling you this, this material isn't felt. It's, stiffer. It's more like I don't know. But it's more durable material. And then Mitchell and Ness would also use this same durable material, but they wouldn't have a clean border. So the border would be kind of wonky, but it would be stitched on the jersey. And, but of course they had this patch on the jersey. And like I said, here goes another one. There goes the jersey. It has size 48 on it. And, when they got into producing jerseys from El Salvador is when they started putting on all their jerseys, the baseball jerseys, putting the year and the player's name. Now, there are some Made in USA jerseys that do have the year and player's name on the jersey. I owned one. It was in an old video of mine, but I do have the picture reference to show you guys. So, as you can see, this is your 1973 California Angels Nolan Ryan, and as you see, you have that same jock tag, and right under it, 1973 Nolan Ryan. This is a Made in USA jersey, and there is some other Made in USA jerseys you will see. Prime example, they did the 83 World Series champs. They did the Eddie Murray, Cal Ripken. They have their names. And I think they also have the 84 Eddie Murray, which has the patch, stating that they won the World Series. And I think it was the 60th anniversary for the, or the 30th anniversary. It was one of those. It was the anniversary for the Baltimore Orioles, and, on the patch. But that one also had the year and the player's name, but it was still a Made in USA jersey. But that wasn't something that you commonly saw on Made in USA jersey. As you saw in the older jerseys I showed you, you would just see the jock tag and the year. Now I'm going to go back to the flannels. At first, the flannels did not have the year, but over time they would add the year under the gray jock tag. So you'll find some flannels. Prime example, I had a Cincinnati Reds, Pete Rose, and it had the gray jock tag, and I think it was 1969. So it was 1969 road gray. Pete Rose, it was the vest, and it had 1969 written in blue. They have some, it's written in different colors. They have Yankees, they have the year, stuff like that. Eventually, to pay homage to what the equipment managers would do, they would put the year, they put the player's name. So that's the reason why you see, the player's name the way you do on the jersey. So that's how the equipment manager knew whose jersey they had. So Mitchell and Ness incorporated that later on down the line for their wool flannels, stuff like that. So if you didn't know, now you do know. So next up, Mitchell and Ness would leave the good old USA for the production, and they would go to El Salvador. So El Salvador jerseys are some of the best jerseys that they produce. Quality is great. The only problem with El Salvador run jerseys is the neck holes can be pretty big. On this jersey, it is not too bad. But I own the rookie home Ken Griffey Jr. and the neck hole was huge when I wore it. And I have another jersey as well, and the neck hole's not too bad, but it's still pretty bad. This is one of the best ones that I have. But as you will see, you still have the gray jock tag, and now you see 1994 Alan Trammell. So from here on out, you would have the year and the player's name on the jersey, all the jerseys. As you can see, they still have the neck tag right here. On the side, you still have your size tag, 48, and now you also have a hanging tag saying made in El Salvador, size 48. And I will tell you that Mitchell and Ness did have a variety of sizes throughout the years, and the way they worked it. So the Mitchell and Ness produced 36, 40, 44, 46, 48, 52, 54, 56, 60. There's a 64 out there that's freaking huge. And I've seen a size 70, but not in baseball. I have seen a size 64 in a baseball. And I don't even know why I said Alan Trammell. I do have an Alan Trammell jersey. I'm actually tripping. So apologies on that. This is 1987 Roger Clemens jersey. So let me back up. I do own a 1994 Alan Trammell jersey. It is the same. It is made in El Salvador. It says 1994 Alan Trammell. This is, let me fix myself. This is 1987 Boston Red Sox Roger Clemens. But, all Mitchell and Ness jerseys, they would still have the silver jock tag, and they would have the name and player under it. I do not have a made in Korea run Mitchell and Ness jersey, but made in Korea was the same exact jersey. The only thing is the neck holes were done proportionally right, so they were no longer huge, and they had the same silver jock tag. You would have the player's year and name under it, and it would still have the same neck tag. The only difference you would see is made in Korea, and you would still have the size tag on the side as well. I had a 97 Roger Clemens Blue Jays, and it was a made in Korea run, and it had same exact jersey, same thing. The neck was just better, tag, year, so, and that's what would be for that. So before Mitchell and Ness got to where they are at now, which is made in China jerseys, they would get there because of course they were in Korea. But before they got to Korea, they did have a select amount of jerseys being produced in Taiwan, and it would be the predecessor to what you see now. So the bright yellow blue jock tag that you see now and the neck tag that you see now would be from Taiwan. I had one, and I no longer have it, but I have the picture reference. So here we have a 1990 rookie Gary Sheffield Milwaukee Brewers jersey. as you can see, you have the jock tag that you would all recognize now. You have the player's, year and name under the jersey. But as you see how you see the Mitchell and Ness tag that, you would recognize on the neck. But you see how there's that gray tab under it? So that gray tab under it would be the size tag. So it's telling you made in Taiwan, 44 large. So they would have some jerseys that were produced that would, they would have, that's how they were done. So they would have that official Mitchell and Ness tag, and then you had the gray neck tag under it telling you made in Taiwan, size 44 large. Next up, now we will have your first run made in China. There's 2 runs of made in China, and like I said, this is almost exactly how the made in Taiwan is, but there you go. You have your red size tag, which is what you see today on Mitchell and Ness jerseys. So this is made in China. You'd have your current jock tag, and then as you see, you have the year and player's name under the jersey. And that's how the first run made in China jerseys work. Now, Mitchell and Ness, this would be the current run made in China. So you still have the same neck tag, you still have the same red size tag, but as you can see, the jock is by itself, and then you have the player's year and name off to the right side of the jersey. And this is currently how the Mitchell and Ness baseball jerseys are made. So this is the current jock tag, this is the current, player and year tab that they have, and there you go. You have your neck and you have your red size tag. Now, even though Mitchell and Ness had moved all their production over to China during their time where they were making stuff in China, Mitchell and Ness, don't know why, but they still made some jerseys every once in a while. They haven't done it in a long while. But as you can see on that tag, it says made in USA. So if I never showed you that, this looks exactly like a first run made in China. You have the yellow tag, you have the, the year and player tag, and then you have the red size tag under. But I know for this jersey, they did Willie McGee, I think, Lou Brock. There's a couple other baseball jerseys, even though China was the major producer, they did make certain jerseys where they were made in USA, and this is one of them. Looks like a made in China jersey, and it's not. It's a made in USA. And I know I might have missed some information. Some other jersey heads might chime in. But for the most part, I gave you all the knowledge that I know. I showed you as much that I could so you could see everything. And then I'll reiterate what I said at the beginning. Google is your friend. Google is your friend. Google is your friend. If you have Facebook, join the groups. There's a lot of people in there. They can help you. There's camaraderie, things like that. But, I'm big on being able to find jerseys because, I like to find jerseys and being able to not have to rely on other people. Not that I want to bash anybody, but as anything, any community, anything popular, you're going to have people who are in this community who are cutthroat. They're willing to undercut your deals. If you're on eBay, outbid you, tell a seller that they'll pay more money on a jersey just so they can have it and you don't have it. There's some, messed up individuals in the community. Not saying, there's a ton of them, but they are here. But, it's just life and the way things are, but there's a lot of good people. So, the one thing I'm going to tell you is use Google. Use it. It's your friend. It's how I found out a lot of information over time so that I've been able to tell what's the difference between fake and legit jerseys. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed all this information. And I'll also get to it. You know, Mitchell Ness does not make game-worn, game-issue jerseys. You want game-worn, game-issue jerseys, that's what you got to buy. They're just high retail, authentic, replica authentics. And that'll be it. Until the next time, I'm out.